This 100 Thieves drama is absolutely golden. This gives us a perfect opportunity to look into the absolutely unquestionably morally bankrupt business dealings of influencers. And this is a great learning opportunity. So, for starters, what is the context? Former mob member Frosty has spoken out about his situation with 100 Thieves. Essentially, he claims that he got paid so little he could not pay rent, and 100 Thieves took 90% of sponsorship earnings, which is ridiculous, obviously. Here are a couple of tweets if you want to pause and read them. These tweets honestly don't matter for the situation, but that's essentially the gist of it. He is claiming that the situation was bad, and no doubt the situation was bad. And the owner of 1,000 Thieves, Nadeshot, has spoken out against it, obviously. Now, I'm not gonna go into who is wrong or who is not wrong and who's gonna win at the situation at the end, but my predictions currently are, considering this guy Frosty is most likely just literally a kid, I took the liberty of finding out who the mob are, and as you can clearly see, yeah, they're greener than the Christmas tree in the picture. So he's gonna absolutely most likely get destroyed. But that doesn't stop Nadeshot from being an absolute retard and spilling out a lot of extremely unflattering things about his organization and how they run things. Because if you do not know this, like teams like TSM and 100 Thieves and all of this jazz, it is absolutely brutal. The goal of these organizations to make money is to literally take advantage of people like this, and this is exactly what happened with Mob to a degree. And it's gonna be wild. Let me explain bit by bit about the absolute scumbaggery dealings of 100 Thieves against these guys. And by the way, these guys are not angels. They're fucking stupid. But, still. So, let's listen.
But the mob, if you look back,
Oh.
a fair agreement. And I don't want things to be, my words to be taken out of context. But the mob, if you look back, and even now, if you look at their channels, they were only averaging, a hundred, 200, a couple hundred viewers. Maybe there's some exceptions into the rule there. Maybe there's a couple thousand, for big moments. I don't know. But the fact of the matter, without trying to sound as if I'm holding this against them, they weren't very big. They might have had like a very rabid, Twitter fan base that really loved everything that they did. But in all actuality, when it's time to make money, in the places that you can make money, on Twitch and YouTube and sponsorships, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for them. So we felt like that we were doing them a good service by bringing them into 100 Thieves. And I think the history of context is super, super important here.
Okay, so this is the first clip. Obviously, this is always the situation. Companies like this are literally designed to take in people and grow their channels by exposure and make them earn a lot of money. So they do take a huge percent cut from the sponsorship deals, from the earnings, from the prize winnings, from the everything, because they are the people who accommodate the chances for growth. And obviously, they take a huge percentile. They take an absolutely exorbitant percentile, and they don't really care about anyone who they take in. Like Nadeshot is an owner of 100 Thieves, and he is literally saying, yeah, these kids, they kind of actually weren't able to make us money, but we kind of just rolled the dice with it and wanted to see what happens, If they make us money, that's great. If they don't make us money, oh well, nothing really lost here. That's essentially what he is doing. And this is how these companies handle business all the time. Like, young people, especially gamers who want to make famous, don't know shit about business, and that's a huge thing. For example, a lot of small YouTubers, when they take sponsorship deals, they will get paid. And usually this is pretty much 99 times out of 100, this is how it goes, unless you say something about it. You're gonna have a contract with that company. You can if you know that that company is legit and they will lose things if they try to dupe you, you honestly can sign the contract even without looking. Because they will not try to fuck you. Now, I know there are a lot of stories of people saying, I signed a sponsorship deal and they absolutely tried to destroy me. That's because you have no idea what companies are good and bad. I have never had a problem like that because I know how to tell if a company is actually even remotely trustworthy. But even if a company is trustworthy, they will still try to screw you over. This is usually what happens with small YouTubers and people who don't know how it works. The contract will say that you're gonna get, for example, paid like 500, 1,000 or 2,000 euros, USD or whatever when you do your thing. You do the thing, you get paid. In a lot of cases, people want to get through paid through PayPal. And when you get paid through, for example, PayPal, you're gonna see they paid you and it says 2,000 but minus, like $50 transaction fee from PayPal. That is being scumbag because that is a breach of an agreement. That is illegal. People don't know even the most simple basic of things. If your contract says you're gonna be getting paid 500 for your work, you're getting paid 500 for that work no matter what. If you get paid even a cent less, that is breach of contract, and that means that it's illegal. But people don't know that. People think that, there's a transaction fee on my thing. No, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. You're getting taken advantage of. Like, problems like this are constantly. Everyone tries to abuse these things. 100 Thieves is obviously trying to abuse these kids. Maybe they make it big and they make the money. Maybe they don't make it big and don't make the money. It is absolutely insanity.
I have an email that the key terms of these deals that we bring to the mob, we would retain 85% of.
Yeah, it's 85%, by the way, not 95. But that doesn't matter. That is still absolutely exorbitant.
Revenue. We did 3 deals for them, and two out of the 3 deals, they took home 65%.
Wow. What an absolute legend. So this is a common tactic. This is just like establishing good rapport with the other party. This is like, yeah, the contract says we're gonna keep 85%, but we're good people. You can trust us. We wanna be good with you. So we're only taking 65% of that original 85, and they do it for a couple of times because then psychologically it's harder to people to say no because they went out of their way and gave you more money than you actually were supposed to get. That is such a heart-filling moment. This is just a common tactic to make people feel like they're in debt to you. This is not kindness. This is literally psychological abuse.
Of the revenue from that deal. Okay?
Other companies, by the way, will allow you to keep like 100% of your first earnings and so on to get your morale up. I think this was the thing with FaZe, with Tifu, or what's his face was, that the contract said they keep like 60%, but actually they didn't ask for any of the prize winnings. That's not because of kindness. That's just a savvy business thing to do because you want to, if someone is making money for you, you want to keep them happy. Okay? Giving him 100% of the earnings, losing out on that 100k, if he continues to be loyal to you, is a huge advantage. And 100 Thieves, yeah, we just only took 65% of your earnings. Oh, how good we are. 2 times. And now, And by the way, they can legally force these people to pay out the 20% that they are owed for the first 2 times. That's just a small tidbit also.
4.5 years ago when I started up 100 Thieves. Now, listen, I know you guys are going to want to hear about Nick Mers.
Oh, Nick Mers. I have absolutely no idea about this context, who he is or why he matters. But if it's another owner, if it's someone big, and this is the owner of that, they have influence on each other. They talk about their businesses. Whatever Nick Mers is most likely involved or is claimed to be involved here, Most likely that's true. That would just be my guess. If they're friends, they talk about business. If he's similar to him, then you know that they are gonna plan accordingly and whatnot.
Okay? Life, and that is the God's honest truth. Okay? So, $2,500 a month for each individual.
This is
they
their
have
pay.
to pay rent. They have to find the home. We help them find the home. They choose the $10,000 a month house. Okay? We also had a $2,500 a month budget for them to use.
Okay, so if you read these tweets, then you know that this is one of the big problems. 2,500 each in rent a month. No, 250 each in rent a month while only getting paid 1,650. A little bit different than what he says, but this is the deal. This is technically their own fault, but these guys knew. These guys knew that they are kids. They should have never even allowed them the possibility to look at a house this expensive. It is this is the fact that they allowed them even to look at a house that exceeded their base salary a month is ludicrous. This is just reckless disregard for these kids. They did not give two fucking shits. Those kids, these kids were just literal objects for them. If they earn money, that's great. If they don't, they don't. Like, how reckless do you need to be to even look at a house as expensive as that? And how reckless do you need to be to allow them to actually take a house like that on lease? It's insanity, the fact that this is allowed to happen. This is like they just didn't fucking give a shit. They just wanted to pretend, oh, look at that. We're helping you. They most likely did not give a shit. They most likely looked at just, Craigslist listings and called it a day. It's absolutely blatant insanity how little these companies care. Now, at the end of the day, is this guy wrong in complaining? Yes, he is wrong. Because it doesn't matter. Everything was done legally. Oh, and by the way, another scumbag thing about these earnings is the fact that they were 4 dudes. Okay, they were 4 dudes and each were getting paid 2.5k a month. That is below the average salary in the US. The only reason they offered this was because they most likely tried to sell it as, well, you're 4 people in one house, so good luck to you. Essentially 100 Thieves, a multi-million-dollar company, is trying to save fucking pennies. So that's why because they all are, they come in as a pack. That's why they offered everyone such a low salary. Because they said most likely, well, yeah, you're 4 and combined you're making 10k a month, so whoop-de-loop-de-doo. It's absolute insanity. It's absolute insanity. Like, the absolute blatant disregard Thousands Thieves showed against these guys is insane. They're a business. They should know that these kids most likely have absolutely no fucking clue what's happening. Also, he said, I can't find the clip here, I lost it seems like, but there's also a clip of him saying, yeah, well, they've stopped making videos, they weren't earning, so fucking tell them that you need to earn or do shit like that, like, it doesn't take a long time to just tell your employee to make them actually do shit. And you can just see how green these kids are just from this.
Why the fuck, if we're broke as shit, why would we spend all that time and energy uploading YouTube videos? Like, we weren't making...
Yeah, the context of this is the fact that they were broke, they were feeling down under, and they stopped making videos. But they kind of knew that they were not going to make it big. And this is also a thing. Yeah, you should do everything you can, but kind of understanding that you're most likely not going to make it big on X and not doing it is kind of smart if you're putting your efforts in other places. And here, this guy, Nadeshot, is just saying, well, yeah, they fucking did nothing, and that's it. These guys can absolutely not win against this. If they speak out, they're gonna get destroyed. But everything that Nate Shot reveals here is just absolute scumbag business practice after scumbag business practice. It's pretty insane. It's pretty revealing how blatant zero disregard he has for other people, and all he cares about is making money.
He would retain 85% of revenue.
We already saw this clip. Strange, I previously had the clip where this speaks, but yeah. This is the world of influencers. All these companies want to take advantage of you. If you're not one of the owners or co-owners, your life is meaningless. You are shit. You're gonna get used. You're gonna get milked. It's either you make money for them or you're absolutely the fuck out. Also, I previously found other tweets about this where people said that they were in Thousand Thieves and they had to work like extremely hard, like 16 hours a day, to make sure that they actually stay there. It's absolute insanity. These companies are not your friend, which is ironic considering they literally only exist on clout. So, you know, it's kind of insane. Honestly, it's kind of insane. People fall for this every day. I guess it's not that insane. But anyway, that's pretty much it. The scumbaggery business tactics of 100 thieves. Good stuff. Subscribe.